In today's episode, we answer a listener question about getting more builders to work with and how to do it.
Welcome to the Tradies Business Show, helping you get off the tools and into true business ownership so you can spend more time doing the things that matter most. Now, here are your hosts, Warwick Bidwell and Michaela Clark.
G'day and welcome to another episode. I'm Warwick Bidwell, or Wazza, and I'm joined by my co-host, Michaela Clark today. Or
just Michaela's fine.
Mike? Mike kind of looks like when you write it, it's Mike, as in microphone. I think that's kind of apt, given that we're podcasters. Anyway, that's enough of that rubbish. So we do have a listener question today, and it was really cool because we'd been thinking about maybe ditching the whole voicemail thing on our website. It's like, does anybody really use this? And literally a day later or something, we had a question from Shane Sampson, and we'll play that in a moment so you can hear what the question was, and then we'll answer it. But we would love some love. So if you're a regular listener or if you're a new listener to the show, either way, go give us a review on iTunes and let others know how cool the show really is. Shane loves the show, and we get a lot of great feedback about it. But to help more tradies find out about it and to help them improve their business as well, go give us some love on iTunes. Give us a star rating. 5 would be a good number to pick. And write us a quick blurb and give us some feedback about the show. But we'd like to know what you think. So go do that, please.
iTunes likes reviews, so more people will find the show.
Yeah.
If we have more reviews. So it is about having some love letters to ourselves.
Please. Help us out. Help us to outrank, podcasts about cats and stuff. I wonder if there's a podcast about cats.
There would be. There's a podcast about everything.
Guarantee it.
Yep.
Yeah. Anywho.
Meow.
Here is the question from Shane.
G'day guys, love the show. I'm running a painting business. We're pretty successful. I've got 4 guys on and an apprentice. I've got 2 builders who I work for, but I want to approach some other more high-end builders. What's the best way, in your opinion, to approach these guys? Is it an email? Should I put a package together? Just thought I'd put it out there. Cheers.
Thanks for that, Shane. You're a legend, mate. Glad you love the show.
We have a listener.
Yeah. Well, we know we've got quite a few, actually. I'm still blown away at how many people actually listen to the show. It's awesome.
It is.
I think when we started this, I had no idea and probably didn't actually have any anticipation that it would be quite so popular and so long running as well, that people would listen to every single episode of you and me.
Or that I'd put up with you for this long.
Yeah, I know. But
anyway, this isn't about us.
I just said yes to get you off my back. Anyway.
This is about Shane.
Okay, so Shane's question basically is he's got some builders that he wants to do some work with. How does he go about approaching them? I mean, it sounds like he's got some ideas, but obviously he came to the experts and we couldn't find them, so we're going to answer the question instead. But getting builders, I've had some success with this over the years with my own clients as a tradies business wingman to the stars. And there's a bit of a process like anything. So, Shane, we're going to run through the process, and the beauty of that is the rest of our listeners get it as well. We will put together a flowchart of this process for our Tradies Business Toolkit members. So that's a shameless plug for people to go check out the toolkit. If you go to tradiesbusinessshow.com/toolkit, you'll find out all about that, but you'll get exclusive content in there, like the flowchart that we're going to throw together off the back of today's episode. You get access to our private members group in Facebook, webinars, all sorts of cool stuff that's going to help you improve your tradie business, and it costs bugger all, so you should go check that out. But in the meantime, getting builders. Step 1, right? So there's a bunch of steps here. Too many for me to number on the page, so I'm just going to go 1 through whatever it is. 9, I think there are 9 steps. We'll probably make up some along the way.
9 steps.
9 steps.
There's my contribution to the episode.
Thank you. So it's a 9-step process.
We've got to make 10 because just 9 steps is a bit weird.
Well, so 10 can be a bonus one. I'll throw one at the end.
So
okay.
This is 10 steps to
10, but 9's a better number because people remember it.
Okay, 9. So keep it to 9. Don't give any
9-step
bonuses or
process.
anything.
No, we'll do that with step 10 is the flowchart.
Okay, but
We'll
they're going
put
to
that in
pay
the
for that
toolkit.
because we're tight. No.
No, well, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Anyway,
Yeah,
Shane,
the podcast for free.
if Shane's still listening,
This could be worth millions of dollars this episode to
Here's
some
how you do
clever
it.
tradies.
Yeah, well, Shane's going to make money out of this. So,
Better leave us a review.
yeah, please, Shane, go give us a review, mate.
Surely it's worth that.
Remember those 5 stars, buddy. Step 1, let's get into this, Michaela, is make a list. And it's not a list of steps. It's a list of who you want to target. Now, it sounds like Shane might have already done that. But if you're listening to this and you think, oh, it'd be good to work with some more builders or cabinet makers or whoever you want to get some referral business from, sit down and make a list of those people. Not just a fictitious list. Get out good old Google and start Googling, cabinet makers in your area. And then work out, well, out of all those cabinet makers, there might be 73. Perhaps you only want to work with a specific subset of those. So maybe you only want to work with high-end joinery companies or ones that do project homes or whatever it is. Okay, so get clear about who gets onto your list and then build your list. And again, it sounds like Shane's got some ideas there, so that's awesome, mate. Put some thought into that. So that's the first step.
Yeah, so it's all about mapping your ideal customer.
Pretty much, yeah. And then basically just using the power of the internet to stalk them and get their contact details.
Cool.
So,
Do you know you can get any email address basically on the internet now?
But it's still illegal to send anything to them.
No, not if it's a personalised thing.
Hi, I don't know you, but I'd like to see something.
No, if their email address is on the internet, this is getting off point. But anyway.
You're derailing my process.
Sorry.
Okay.
But this could be the bonus 10th tip. But,
here we go.
Email Hunter program, you can find anyone's email address.
Yeah, right. Is that why I get so much spam email?
No, you're not that important. That's just scraping.
Oh, okay.
This isn't people. But just hypothetically, you can get anyone's name, basically.
Burst my bubble.
Anyway.
All right. So step 1, go and find the people you want to deal with. Ideally, it's like, I'd just love to work with these 5 builders, right? And go get their details off the internet. Step 2 is draft your kick-ass letter or direct mail piece. So there's a few points within this one, all right? I suggest these days going back to good old snail mail. It's not used very much for direct mail anymore. Most people are using email marketing for that sort of stuff. And because of that, it's actually easier to stick out a bit by sending something in the post. Yes, it's going to cost you $1 to send a letter, maybe more if you follow the upcoming steps, but it's worth the investment to get noticed in someone's letterbox. Now, don't just stick it in a window-faced envelope that looks like a bill, because guess where it's going to end up? On the bottom of the pile with all the bills. And they'll open it in a month and it hasn't really done its job. So I would suggest definitely draft a kick-ass letter and do something a little different, right? Please don't do the name, rank, and serial number thing. So, Shane, don't put, hi, I'm Shane and I am a painter and I've got lots of experience and I do a great job and we believe in service, because guess what? Everybody else is saying the same thing, right? So that's not going to stand out. Do something a bit different, a bit quirky, a bit personal, a bit off the wall. Take a risk. I mean, you want to stand out here. It's not going to, don't be controversial or offensive, obviously, but you can afford to be a little bit off the wall with that. Even better than just sending a letter would be to send a letter with something, right? Now, if you've got some fantastic projects that you're really proud of, include an A4 sheet with some high quality printed images of those projects on there. Or if you've won some awards, include that at the bottom of your letter. It should be in your logo and your letterhead anyway. But include that in there as a bit of a pack, like if you were an artist, you'd have a portfolio that you would carry around with you to show people your images, or a photographer. Well, do the same as a tradie. You're creating physical things, right? So show people your beautiful work. And even better than that is to send what is commonly referred to in the industry as lumpy mail, right? Stick something lumpy in the envelope. And again, if you're good at writing, or if you know someone who is reasonably witty or clever with words, is you could refer to that item that you stick in the envelope. Now, I'm talking about something as simple as stapling a coffee bag to the top of the letter. And don't just say, please enjoy a cup of coffee while you read my boring letter, because that's not really going to work. Make some cheesy reference to it and be a bit funny, because that's going to make you more memorable. But also, that lump in the envelope, guess what people want to do when the envelope turns up?
They want to know what's in it, so they're going to open it.
Yeah, so they're going to open your letter, right? Now, even if they just see your logo and go, oh, yeah, okay, that was clever, and they toss it in the bin, actually doesn't matter, job done, right? They got something from you, it's going to stick in their mind, so that when you do the following steps, which is step 3, setting aside time to call people back, right? So step 3 is set aside the time. If you don't book the time in your calendar to do the follow-ups, it's probably not going to happen, because you're going to keep booking jobs, or your PA will, or whatever. So block out an hour or 2 hours or however long you think you need to get on the phone and make some 5 to 10 minute phone calls. But book that time aside in your calendar for about 5 to 7 days after you've sent the letter, because that's about how long it takes things to be delivered here in Australia, because apparently we're still in the dark ages. But anyway, without slagging off at Australia Post too much, step 4 is pick up the telephone and call the people that you sent the things to.
Oh, that's,
yuck. And this is about
doing that.
This is about where most people grind to a halt. Okay, is they do steps 1 through 2. They do the first 2 steps, and then they fail to book the time to do the follow-ups, and then they maybe even book the time, but they get to step 4, and the handset on that telephone just becomes so heavy they literally can't pick it up off the desk. It's like a 150 kilo deadlift.
Because you never know, the person on the other line might actually say, no, didn't get it.
Or worse still, like even worse, probably the worst thing they could say, the scariest thing they could say is, yes, I got your letter, when can we meet?
Yes, imagine that.
Shit! What do I do now? Okay, so step 4 is pick up the phone and follow them up, all right? It dramatically increases the chance that you're going to get in front of them.
So what if they say, oh, it's on my desk, I haven't opened it, or it's in my intro, I haven't had a look?
Great, no worries at all. Look, I can save you some time, and I'll just run through quickly with you now what was in that envelope. First of all, it's a coffee bag. So if you like coffee, open it up. If not, please toss it in the bin, because I hate that stuff anyway. But basically, you just run through the purpose of the letter and the call anyway, right? The letter is just an excuse, really,
to call,
for you to pick up the phone and ring, so you don't feel like a douche. It's like, hey, I sent you a letter. Did you get it? Like, you've got a reason to call. And they're like, nah, haven't seen it. It's like, that's okay, mate. I'll save you the time. Basically, I was just sending you something out to introduce myself, but more importantly, I wanted to make some time to find out more about you and your business and what your needs are with painting or plumbing or cabinet making or whatever, to see if you're a good fit for our business, because we're looking for 3 or 4 top builders that we can align ourselves with and work with over the coming years. Cool? There you go. Yep. There's a script as well. So that's step 4. Pick up the telephone, follow up. Righto, so that's all good. I spoke to him. He got the letter. He liked it. He thought I was funny. He's happy to talk to me. And that's it. I hang up the phone and say, yeah, thanks, mate. Awesome. Great. No. So the idea of the phone call is to book a meeting, right? It's not to get their work and get them to commit over the phone and say, yeah, okay, we'll start using you for all of our jobs, right? The chances of that happening are about the same chance of me and my ex getting back together, okay? So don't go for that. All right, what you want to go for is a meeting. So just organise either a drop-in or a formal meeting if the relationship goes that well. Even if it's just, look, mate, I'll be in your area on Friday. Do you mind if I just pop my head in for 5 minutes, say good day? I'll drop you off some info and find out a bit more about your business and what your needs are.
Okay, so you've got that meeting. What should you cover in that meeting? What's it about?
So the idea of that meeting is for you to go and blah, 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 all about your business and how good you are and how many staff you got and how much you...
No, it's not.
No.
You trickster, you.
Don't talk about yourself. You wouldn't ask a chick out on a date, or for the women listening, you wouldn't ask a dude out on a date and talk all about yourself, would you?
Some would.
Okay, well, if you're doing that, it might explain
yes.
the lack of your success so far. But the whole idea is to find out more about the other person and let them do all the talking and get them to feel like you listened and that you care about them and their business. And do it sincerely. Don't sort of manufacture or contrive this, but just ask some questions. So, how long have you guys been building houses? It's like, well, it's on the sign, numbnuts. But don't ask stupid questions. You want to ask some good quality questions about, so what are your values in your business? And, what's your customer process look like? And what does your customer base look like? What sort of reviews are you getting from clients? What are you looking for from your professionals that you're working with, from your other trades? What are some of the things that frustrate you about dealing with the other trades? Right? So you're just there to find out more about them. You're dating them. Okay? So ask them lots of good questions, get them talking, open-ended questions, not yes-no answer questions. We've covered some of this stuff in previous episodes about asking questions and that sort of stuff in sales episodes. So just build some rapport. And the way to do that is ask some questions and get them talking about themselves and show that you're actually interested. So ask some smart questions, right? Because all of that stuff is going to help you then respond with, oh, wow, that's awesome. Look, you're exactly the sort of builder that we're looking for because we have similar values in our business. We have a whole process that we take our clients through, which is just like what you're saying. And you're just matchmaking, all right? And then by the end of that, then hopefully you get to step 6 where you're basically booking the next action. So you don't leave that meeting all feeling warm and fuzzy and, you have a hug and a high five and it's like, wow, you're a really great business and wow, you're a great business too. Thanks for that. I'll see you later. Okay. You want to book an action. Like what's the next step off the back of that? Hopefully they say something like, that's awesome. Look, I'd really like you to quote on this project for us. Or we'll get you to start quoting on our work and we'll compare you to our current contractor and see how you stack up and, we'll see if we can give you some work from there. That would be probably the ideal. Again, chances are you're not going to switch them over to you in that first meeting, but they might give you a go. So your idea is to obviously book that action. If they don't offer that, ask them. Say, so that all sounds awesome. Feel really good about your business. Would it be possible for us to quote on your next project? And you can compare us to who you're using currently and give us a go. And to help you make that choice or to help you, lower the risk of giving us a go, what I'd like to offer you for the first job that you give us is we will supply the materials at trade cost or something. What? Give away profit? Okay, think of it as buying a customer. And in particular, if we're talking about getting ongoing referrals from a builder or another trade like that, you're buying lifetime business here. You think about the value of the referrals you might get from this customer, from this builder, over the next 5 years if you retain them that long.
What if they expect that every time, though?
Well, that comes down to setting the expectations early, doesn't it, Michaela?
It does.
So for the first project, so that you get to sample our service and quality, I'd like to offer the materials at cost. And we'll just put our normal markup and margin on the labour. And I'll give you an indicative price to show you what it would have cost or something. But after that, we'll quote our projects as per normal, right?
All those other add-ons you can do.
You might do a free upgrade to premium finishes or something. Or you might, have an add-on where you can use higher quality products at the same price and it doesn't actually cost you the full amount. So you need to come up with some sort of inducement or attractive offer. I know I've got a couple of...
Bribe them.
Pretty much. A couple of wingman clients that they do reduced rate services for staff of that company. So the staff try them out and go, wow, these guys are awesome, and then refer them to all their clients. Right? So it doesn't cost them money on the real projects. They just do a better rate for the staff in the business or the sales staff. Okay, so 6 is book that next action, and kind of 6B or 6A and B is maybe you think about using an offer or some sort of inducement to get them to use you at least once, so then you can just wow them with your amazingness. Step 7 is, again, don't leave it at that. Send a thank you email or a letter or a postcard, but send something to them very quickly after that meeting, ideally so they get it the next day or 2 days later. Send it express post. Don't be a tight ass. Spend the money. Stick it in a $4 or whatever it is express post envelope and say, hey, thanks for taking the time to meet with you. I know you're a busy person. Appreciate the opportunity to chat to you about your business. We'd really like to do your work for you. If anything comes up, give me a call. Oh, people remember that sort of stuff. Not many people go to that extra effort, do they, Michaela?
No, they do not.
No. Not even husbands. So send a thank you follow-up. And then point 8 is essentially continue to market to them, right? So put them into a bit of a long-term marketing funnel where you send them regular emails or newsletters or whatever. Try not to make it too boring, but market to them ongoing and send them useful information or exciting changes in your industry. Maybe there's a new type of soft closing hinge that's been released by one of the hardware manufacturers. Put that in your email communication to a builder. And say, hey, your clients, some of your clients might be interested in this new technology of fridges that will order your groceries for you. So be helpful and be useful, and they'll see you as a resource, and then they're much more likely to use you down the track as well. So that's point 8. 9 is keep in contact. So if you booked an action back at step 6, and they say, yeah, okay, well, we'll get you to quote on some jobs that come up. What I often find tradies do is they get all excited. It's like, yeah, they said that they're going to get us to quote on their work. And 3 months later, you might have a chat to that same tradie. It's like, so how'd you go with XYZ Builder? Did they get you to quote on any work? No, I haven't had anything come through yet. Did you ring them? No. What do you mean, did I ring them? It's like, follow them up. Okay, so follow up, right?
Got it.
Every step in the process, follow it up. If you don't hear from them, get on the phone and say, hey, you said you were going to send through some quotes for me to have a look at. Have you had anything come in yet? Oh, yeah, sorry. Just been really busy. Yeah, we'll send you the next one. Great. When's that likely to pop up? Oh, not for a couple of weeks. Awesome. I'll give you a call in 2 weeks. Right, book that next follow-up, book that next action, and then just loop around and do the whole thing again.
Cool. Now, you've had some clients you've worked with just recently have some success with these exact steps, haven't you? How'd they go?
Yeah, awesome. So they did everything on this list, sent out a bit of a quirky letter. It wasn't even a lumpy mailer because we wanted to get them out reasonably quickly. I think they sent 10 letters, booked 4 meetings. One person, when they rang, had read the letter and basically said, yeah, we would love you to do some work for us. Like, it was that simple, and they've already quoted on a project. And we're talking, $20,000 to $50,000 projects for a joinery company. So it costs them, $30 to send these letters out in postage, printing, envelopes, everything. And, the husband literally made half a dozen phone calls, and he's quoting on a project. I think another one actually got them to do a small job because their current contractor was fully booked. Yep. And that's the other thing, don't be scared off by the whole, they've already got their trades, right? Builders, in particular, builders and body corporates, they've already got their trades. Why would they change? Like, well, you just never know. What happens if their current subby or tradesperson is fully booked, can't do the job that week?
Or what if they're wanting to expand and need a second crew?
Yep. Or breaks his leg or drops the ball. You want to be the one who's plan B on their list. So they go, Bob's let us down this week. Where's the card for that guy that was in here the other day? Yep. Right? You want to be that guy or that girl.
And not every builder's going to respond positively.
Oh, no. You get heaps of no's.
Yeah, and that's okay.
No, mate, we've got nothing for you.
Right.
Awesome, thanks.
So just keep going because you will get some yeses.
Yeah, and then go back and follow them up again in 2 or 3 months.
Yep.
Hey, I know it was a couple of months ago. Just checking in to make sure nothing's changed for you, or see if anything has changed for you. And again, they might be like, "No, mate, it's still the same."
And
persistence pays off. It is,
because people view that as you're keen to develop a relationship. You want to work with them. People want to work with people that want to work with them.
Yeah. So they've got drive and determination and commitment and all those things that they value.
Yeah.
And you think about it from your perspective as a tradesperson. If someone was trying to get your work and they quit on the first phone call because you were busy and you said, no, I've got nothing for you, and you never heard from them again, you'd probably go, oh, well, they're obviously a waste of time. But if they rang you every 2 months, it might get annoying. But, if they had a good approach to that and they're professional, and it's like, hey, just checking in. Did I give you a call? I was in your area. I saw you sign up out the front of that construction project. Just seeing if you had any jobs to quote on. You know, we've expanded. We've got a couple more staff, and we're taking on some bigger projects now. If you've got anything floating around, we'd love the opportunity to have a chop at it. It's like just simple, a minute phone call, and you never know. You might be like a whole bunch of my clients and trip over some work. So there you go. Hopefully we've answered your question, Shane. Hopefully
make sure you let us
value.
know how he goes.
Yeah.
Let us know how you go and what results you get.
Yeah, tell us how you go, mate. Give us some feedback. Send us another speak pipey thing. We might even get you on the show. And there you go. That'd be scary.
Should they have a list? Should they aim for 10? I mean, I guess it's ones they want to build a relationship with.
Yeah, good
question.
question.
Depend on their area.
Good question.
What should a good starting hit list be?
Well, for me, the limiting factor here, or the bottleneck, is going to be the phone calls and the meetings, right? So don't go and send 100 letters this week, and then you know, Wazza said that in 5 to 7 days I have to follow them all up. Now you've got to make 100 phone calls and try and book 100 meetings. And if you get 20 meetings, how the heck are you going to fit those in the next couple of weeks? Yep. So break it down into digestible chunks, all right? Maybe 10 to 20 a week, thinking that you might get 5 maybes and a couple of meetings out of that 10 to 20.
So that was going to ask, what would be a good benchmark to know that perhaps your letter's the right one or it's not the right one? Are you looking at booking 2 or 3 meetings, like a 20, 30% meeting conversion?
It's not going to be high. Okay, this is like, you know, it's a good approach because it's a direct approach, but it's fairly cold. Like you haven't been referred to them by somebody. You've literally just hit them up out of the blue saying, hey, we're here. Would you like us to do some work for you? So your conversion rate's going to be a bit lower there. But, you know, if you sent 20 letters, 2 or 3 people who are like, yeah, mate, send us some info, or drop around and we'll have a chat. And if you got 1 or 2 out of that said, yes, quote on some work for us, then that's a pretty good outcome. Yeah. Okay. Generally, I find it's actually better than that, but I suppose in terms of setting expectations, don't be bummed because 18 people said, yeah, I threw it in the bin, we're really busy, go away. Okay? It's just a numbers game.
Yep.
So if you run out of, you know, if you make a list of 20 builders like, oh, I'd love to work with these guys, and you get one person who says, yeah, send us through a quote on this job, go find another 20, right? You might need to readjust the parameters if you need 5 builders to refer work to you.
Yeah.
But in terms of bang for buck, the cost of this strategy is very low. So if you've got one person sending you work, it's a pretty damn good outcome. It's a lot cheaper than Google AdWords.
It is.
And more effective.
So thank you for sharing that list today, Warwick.
My pleasure. I need a drink.
Yes.
Probably a coffee. Anyway, let us know how you go, Shane. Hit us up on the voicemail or on the Facebook page. And same goes for any other listeners. If you've got a question, go to the website, tradiesbusinessshow.com. You can record your voice on there and be like Shane. You could be a star on the show. And we'll answer your question and
we'll try to answer it.
Well, yeah, we'll prattle on with 30 minutes of stuff.
We can't guarantee we'll solve your problem.
And, of course, all of our advice comes with a disclaimer that we're just podcasters.
You've been listening to the Tradies Business Show with Warwick Bidwell and Michaela Clark. Want to get off the tools and into true business ownership? Find out how at tradiesbusinessshow.com.